In this video, I'm going to show you how to sign up for the free web hosting and give you a quick tour of the control panel so you can get to see how it all fits together and how you can start using it to create your own websites. So first of all, go to ecowebhosting.co.uk/cp/webdevcourse, and that will take you to this page, which is where you can sign up for your Eco Web Hosting account. And then all you have to do is fill in the form. So I'm going to put rob@robpercival.co.uk for my email address. You can put any email address that you have access to, and then obviously password, put something nice and secure. I'll just put a temporary password for now. And then the Udemy username is very important you get this right, because this is what we use to verify your purchase of the course. So I'll just show you how we do that. I'll jump over to Udemy. So you need to be logged into Udemy in your account. And then all you need to do is click on the little down arrow up there, and then click on the view profile icon there, the little picture of a person. And then that will jump to a page which will show your Udemy profile. And then your Udemy username is that bit there. So it's udemy.com/u/ and then your Udemy username there. So in my case, it's Rob Percival. There we go. Pop that in there, and then you're all done. So click sign up. And with any luck, you'll get the sign up successful message. Now here you've got the option to have a few more emails sent to you with some specific guides as to how to get started, transfer your website, set up email addresses, etc. So if you want to do any of those things, I'd recommend getting those sent to you. And you can also give me a little message about the sign up process. Okay, your account is now ready to use straight away. So let's have a quick look through and see what we can do. I'm going to start at the Create Hosting Packages page, which allows you to create hosting for a particular domain. Now, this doesn't have to be a domain you own. You can use any domain you like. I would warn you though, if you use something like google.com or another common domain, it's likely that someone will have already set up a package with that name on our servers. So try and use something unexpected, or just put some numbers at the end. If you do try and do that, then you'll get an error message saying that that domain is already on our servers. So you should try a different domain name. So I'm going to put a nice long domain. Any test domain will work.com. And it has to look like that without www in the front and with a .com or .co.uk or some other extension on the end. If you do want to actually be able to use the live domain, you can search for it here and purchase it directly on our website. There's no need to do that. You can use the temporary URL that you're given for everything that we cover in the course. And indeed, you're very welcome to purchase the domain elsewhere and just use us for the free hosting. Either way, you then select your hosting package. Almost certainly you'll want the Linux option. You only really want Windows if you want to use something like ASP. And if you're not sure what ASP is, you almost certainly don't need it. So choose the Linux option unless you know for sure that you want Windows. And then just click Create Hosting Package, and that will do the process for you. It will take a little while, but when it completes, you'll get a message like this, and you'll also be sent an email with all of the login details for that domain. So now let's have a look at the other options that we've got in our control panel here. The second one is access your cPanels. We'll use that in a moment, and that's a very useful page. The /cp/list domains page will give you a full list of all the domains that you've created with us, and clicking on one of those will allow you to access the cPanel, which I'll show you in a little bit more detail in a moment. Over in Manage Hosting Packages, you'll see the option to view web space and bandwidth limits for your domains and also the usage that they've had in that recent month. And then you can even suspend and delete hosting packages if you want to. The most common reason for this, if someone decides that they set their domain up on Windows and they actually wanted Linux, you do need to delete it and then recreate it. Otherwise, you shouldn't need to do that. Then there's Manage Domain Names, which allows you to view the domain name, the setup date. You'll only see an expiry date if you've actually purchased the domain with us, and you can click on that to access the domain control panel. That allows you to change things like name servers and DNS, which will be covered later on in the course, but only if you've actually purchased the domain and pointed it to us. I'll just show you very quickly. Domain mappings is quite useful. You can have two websites pointing exactly to the same domain. So I might want to set up anytestdomain.willwork.co.uk, for example. And I might want to point that to anytestdomain.willwork.com and have them both use the same website. And then I can set up email addresses and everything through that one single control panel as well. So that's a really useful feature. Rename hosting packages is fairly straightforward. You can actually take a hosting package or domain that you've created and rename it to something completely different. You then have the option to resend welcome emails to yourself or maybe to one of your clients. You can create automatic backups. This is a special add-on that automatically backs up either 1, 3, or all of your websites every 24 hours, which is great if your website's been hacked or you've accidentally deleted a file. Then you can request SSH access. If you know what that is, then you might need that later on. If not, we won't worry about it for now. You can view your invoices and you can upgrade your account if you want to switch to a reseller or purchase a VPS, purchase extra mailbox space, etc., etc. Then have a look there and everything that you could possibly want will be available for you. But just to reiterate, there is no need for you to spend any money beyond what you paid for the course. All of the hosting features that you need are completely included. So let's just very quickly go back to access your cPanels, and then if we click on the domain name, that will show us the cPanel for this particular domain, which is where you'll spend quite a bit of your time because it allows you to control files, email addresses, databases, settings, and everything else to do with a particular domain. So in the next video, we'll look at the cPanel in a lot more detail, and hopefully it'll start to become clear how this whole web hosting process works.